Hi, thank you for joining. This evening we are coming together for our August community connection session. The joys of technology mean that this might be live or on catch up on YouTube, whichever, welcome. This evening I felt it reasonable to really come together around kindness and compassion. We're kind of transitioning from late summer. I think I missed summer this year, but anyway, we're transitioning from late summer into autumn. There's a softer sort of sunlight, the days are shortening. I used to not like this time of year, but I actually like it now. I like to lean into it and think about the cosier evenings, the gentleness maybe of autumn. I feel like autumn gives me permission to slow down a little bit. Nature gives me permission to slow down, go inwards, a bit like my garden. There's still plenty going on, but that'll change over the next few weeks. I think irrespective, whatever you do for a living, whether you're a full-time carer, full-time parent, whether you work in the public sector, private sector, voluntary sector, whatever industry you work in, I think we can all agree that if we can carry a bit more kindness and compassion in our hearts, in our souls, it makes our individual day more positive, and possibly the people that we encounter. It makes for a better day. The last couple of months have been a bit wonky for a lot of people in small ways and massive ways. And I think we all have control over aspects of our lives, not our whole lives in totality, but aspects. We have control over how we react and respond to situations. And I think for me, that's one of the many benefits of meditation, is being able to respond or react rather than overreact to situations that I find myself in. So we're going to do a couple of meditations this evening. We're going to do a short one just to arrive and settle. Then I've got a couple of books. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a nerd now, so I've got all my little stickers in there. So it's a book called Together, Loneliness, Health and What Happens When We Find Connection. And then Donna Ashworth, I apologise, her book on love. So I'm going to bring just a little quote and then a poem into our time together. And there'll be a longer meditation, but none of them are long. So if you want to do as I've done and get cosy, I've got my second favourite blanket. I treated myself to a new mug at B&M. It's quite tactile and I couldn't leave it there. The flowers were just far too pretty. I've got some lemon manuka honey and some hot water. And I'm going to settle in my comfy chair. Got the window open because I want the air of the evening to come in, hence the blanket. If you're really lucky, you'll hear the relaxing sound of my neighbour mowing their lawn. If you're really, really lucky, you'll hear the sound of my water feature trickling away behind me. And if we just cast our minds back to week 5 in the meditations that we were doing every week. We did a compassion meditation, metta meditation as it's sometimes called, and a loving kindness meditation to invite in and nurture. these feelings. Meditation starts with you, all starts here. And first and foremost, perhaps what we invite in through meditations for ourselves. So we're going to offer some loving kindness to ourselves. We're going to invite in some self-compassion, some stillness, some quietness. So do your best to find a quiet spot in your house. Do your best to get really comfy, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you'll need to wriggle. Make sure you're supported. I'm in my chair that remains fixed, so it's not overly wonky. I can make it wonk, but it's not as wonky as it was. I like to make sure that my back's supported, my neck's comfy, pelvis, legs, arms, and sometimes you might need to wriggle, squeeze, soften if you've been at a desk all day. I know on Tuesday I really needed to do this. So just explore your body a little bit and squeeze and wriggle where you need to squeeze and wriggle to just soften and relax. Let your eyes wander around the space that you're in. Hopefully it's a comfortable space, it's a space that you feel safe. I'm in my conservatory, my sacred space, so I've got all sorts of interesting things that can catch my eye. What I like to do when I do these meditations is actually look at the screen, see what you guys can see if you look. So I can see the evening sun that's softly falling on those trees. I can see that the trees are in that sort of transition period as well. They're easing out of summer and into autumn. I think we can tell there's been a lot of rain this summer. Everything out there is pretty green, lots of leaves. And anything else that draws your eye. I've lit a beautiful new candle, which is intuition. It's got amethyst crystals in there and still a bit of incense smoking away to cleanse the space. So you let your eyes just wander around your space. And if you want to close your eyes, you're very welcome to. If your preference is to keep them open, that's good too. And let's notice our breath. We'll all be breathing. We'll all be doing it right. But in meditation, we breathe in and out of our nose, unless we're really blocked and snuffly, and then by all means breathe through your mouth. Notice that air in your nostrils. Is it cooler? Does it smell different? With the door open in here, the air I can feel coming through on my skin and into my nostrils is that bit cooler, refreshing. You may want to put your hands on your heart space. I'm gripping my mug of tea for dear life, but I can do both. And let's just breathe and relax and ease away from any noise in our heads. With each breath, gain a clearer sense of the air flowing in into your nostrils, into your chest, down into your belly. As that air flows in, peace, compassion, love, flows into your soul. And you sit there safely, comfortably, breathing, and let these words wash over you. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. Collect this compassion up in your heart space. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be well. Just let go of any sense of control that you may have. Put our trust in the universe. And finally, may we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be well. I'm just going to hum a little bit and bring the vibrations to an end. And as I sit here, I can hear birds in the gardens. I can hear the trickle of water, refreshing and cleansing. Hopefully it will help to wash away any angst, any spikiness that you may be carrying from the last few weeks. I'm back in the room now. I wasn't for a while. So this book, which is yet another book I've started and not finished, I'm getting there. Ish. So the book's called Together, as it says on the cover, and it's a book about loneliness, health and connection. And I started reading it, oh blimey, I was working in a vaccination centre, so that dates it. But there's a specific quote in this book, and it's a lady by the name of Jane Howard who wrote a book called Families. She's an American author and journalist, and she interviewed dozens and dozens of families looking into what made some family units work and function and be happy and get on with one another and enjoy one another's company, and then kind of other families where it wasn't quite like that. And the quote within this book which was on the subject of cultures of connection. So chapter 3 in the book, cultures of connection. The quote goes, call it a clan, call it a network, call it a tribe, call it a family. Whatever you call it, whoever you are, you need one. You need one because you are human. And I liked that quote because I do genuinely believe that our tribe, our circle, our family isn't all the blood family that we were born with. Often it isn't our blood family. It's the people that we meet along our lives, through our lives, that show up for us. And that's where you get that connection. I know I'm involved with some amazing organisations that really do such powerful work in creating connection and community, and really, really enriching people's lives. So I wanted to share that. And if anybody thinks this is all a bit woo-woo, the guy that wrote this book was a Surgeon General in the United States a couple of presidents ago. So, you know, arguably the most important doctor within the USA. So, you know, it's definitely not woo-woo. The book is very much about connection and joy and happiness, and how that helps us live longer, happier, healthier lives, with the reverse being true. And that's part of what meditation is for me, part of connecting with myself, with the people in my life and the people beyond in a happier way. And there's another concept in here as well, and it's the concept of oneliness. So being at one, being alone. And as people may or may not know, I live alone, but I rarely feel lonely. I've actually felt my most lonely around other people. I don't think I'm on my own in that. So within Together, the concept of oneliness is described as being alone but not lonely. And it's a reflective space where you can cultivate connection. And through this, you can care and nurture humility and empathy, and that's what bonds us together into communities. And I liked that a lot. So that's why I thought I'd bring those couple of quotes, really. And as I say, I'm very lucky with the people that I've met through my working life, and through the various ways I spend my time. So yeah, Make It Happen in particular in Birkenhead and Amy, and then a number of the organisations, One Wirral. Amazing people, very, very driven individuals. Yeah. So now, having done that, shout out to people that genuinely bring people together. Very, very altruistic, but very driven people. It's time for us to look back to ourselves, to look back to our self-compassion, our self-care, our kindness to ourselves. And my love language is tea, chocolate as well, but you know, gotta try and be a little bit better on the chalky front. So more tea. Yum. And it's time for us to melt away, to really nurture the self-compassion, to send compassion out if you choose, to your loved ones and beyond. And that's a choice. You may have had a day or a week or a month where you've just given to the people that you love, and maybe the next few minutes needs to be 100% for you. You do you. The whole point of meditation for me is that it's about you, for you, your way. So get comfy, whatever comfy means for you. I know for Milo Fletcher, who is a dog, it's about getting on the sofa and snuggling with his mum. For me, it's about snuggling under a blanket, slurping some water or some tea, having a wriggle, having a scratch if needed. And in doing that, in meeting our needs, easing away into meditation becomes less of a battle. And through meditation, if you notice a need that pops up, notice that your foot's gone dead because you've been sat funny, that kind of thing, you're not a statue, have a little wriggle, change your position. We aim to sit in a certain position and we aim to sit still, but we're not statues. We aim to stay awake. That doesn't always happen either. So again, nice and comfy. I've got my feet flat on the floor because I like that from works for me for an energetic and energy point of view, but to your meditation, sit how you like, basically. Get comfy. Decide if you're going eyes open, eyes closed, or you're just going to kind of flip between the two. I'm a bit drawn to my wolf this evening. I feel like he's staring me down. So let's take our attention to our breath as we soften and relax. Let's notice that air again. How it's drawn into our nostrils. How it's drawn into our nostrils and our throat. How it's drawn into our nostrils, throat, upper chest, middle chest and lower chest. As I say, your needs matter here. Do what you need to do. Follow my voice. And think about some softness and some kindness for you. Your to-do list, your responsibilities. We can just shove them under the rug right now. Try and ease away from any brain chatter. And again, take your attention to your nose and to your breath, down into your throat and your lungs, and maybe down to your tummy. Again, you may want to pop a hand onto your chest, onto your heart space, your heart chakra. I like to work with colour, but I know this doesn't work for everybody. So we're going to take our attention to the hand on our chest. I'm going to work with the colour green as the traditional colour of the heart chakra. And whether you just stay aware of that hand here, or whether you imagine a ball of green light at the centre of your chest. Let's go with either of those options. Or if there's something that you like to do, do that. I like to think of energy drawing up through my feet, through my knees, my hips, my tummy, and into my heart space. as well as air coming in through the nose, throat, lungs. Take your time. Slow, loving, compassionate breaths. Bringing air into our lungs, into all of our lungs. With it we bring compassion, kindness and love into our heart chakras. With each breath of light, with each breath, we feed and fuel the light in our heart chakras. That green ball shines brighter or bolder. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to leave you to take 4 or 6 lovely, slow breaths. And I'm going to really tune into my breath and how this can help shift how we feel, our state of mind. So 4 or 6 breaths will do together, but silently. And as we join at whatever time we're joining together, we'll create this space of loving compassion for ourselves, our loved ones, our communities. Let's go. So you may pick up on some lovely energy, you may sense it, you may not, it doesn't matter. I feel that I've got a big green ball of light in my chest that's brighter and stronger. I could visualise a friend that I particularly wanted to send that out to. And all the kindness and compassion and the love for her. You can continue to breathe deeply, and that sensation, you can absolutely hang on to every scrap of it for you, especially if your life involves giving to others, then this meditation purely being for you is okay. It's the right thing for you if it's the right thing for you. As well as sending it out to someone specific, you may want to send it out generally to the wider community. to those enduring particularly tough times at present. You can send that light throughout your whole body. You don't need to keep it in your chest. You can send it down into your belly, into your pelvis, green light down into your knees and your feet. You can send it up from your chest into your collarbones, your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, up into your neck and your head. That green light, that love and compassion and kindness fills you totally. And it can spill out beyond and fill your room, fill your home. Spill out beyond your home and fill your community. Let's take another 4 or 6 breaths and think about if we're going to share this beyond ourselves, and allow that to happen. And again, I'm very aware of the trickle of water. I can hear. I can also hear the flame flickering of the candle. I've got my feet on the ground, the breeze from the window. So all the elements working to support me in my Reiki meditation. And stay here as long as you like. Feel free to turn off and go to sleep. Feel free to sit with that energy as long as you wish. I'm going to wriggle my fingers and toes. I'm going to warm up my nose because it's gone cold. And blink my eyes open. Just relax wherever you are, on the sofa, in your beds, wherever. And I hope that at any point through the days and weeks ahead, you can recall some of what you felt in these meditations, and it brings you comfort. And as you're coming to, I'm just going to read you this poem from Donna Ashworth's book, Love. And the title of the poem is Be Kind to Yourself Too. You're only a kind person if you're kind to yourself too. Otherwise, you've fallen into the people-pleasing trap that will break your spirit, my friend. Kindness starts at home, and home starts with you. And you deserve that kindness as much as any other. Do not throw your kindness out into this world without gifting a little of it your way. There is a version of you who waits deep inside, hoping for it, thirsty for that kindness. And they cannot accept it from others until they feel worthy enough. And worthy starts at home too. Worthy starts with you. You're only a kind person. If you're kind to yourself too. Be kind to yourself too. So, thank you for being kind to yourself. Thank you for opening up to some Reiki infused meditation. Thank you for bearing with me with my quotes and my poems, but hopefully collectively that's left you with a sense of kindness and compassion. And as I say, you can recall little bits of it when you need to throughout the days, weeks, months ahead. Thank you so much for joining, and I promise I'll record some short, accessible bits too. Take care.